What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to RC News, episode 14. Try to do this weekly. It's been a pretty interesting week in the news world, so let's get into it. Looks like Reef has expanded the product line once again, moving into beadlock wheels. 1.9s they're starting off with. These are pretty neat, actually. They've got an interesting design here where you can do plus or minus 2mm offset just by flipping around the face. So pretty cool, actually. There it is there. And I think the design looks really good too. For your first wheel set, they look great. That machining in the middle, just my opinion. I don't know. What do you guys think? Pretty stoked though. $100 Canadian for two. So a little higher in the price point, but you know, they're really nice wheels. So we'll see how that goes. It's right around, Vanquish pricing and other high-end beadlock wheels. So good on you, Reef. They look great. And speaking of Vanquish, if you haven't heard already, they came out with the H10 optic in kit form. And a pretty cool concept. It gives you one of 6 liveries, or graphic designs, at random. So you order one, you don't know what you're getting, which is kind of neat. It may bother some people, but I think it's an interesting concept. It's never been tried before in RC. And of course, you can buy different panels for the H10 optic, or even get some 3D printed or 3D print them yourself. Some notable features are the Ram style front steering, simulates a rock bouncer front steering assembly from a real rock bouncer. It's not hydraulic, but it's a pretty cool design. They've got this hatch on the side to pull the battery out easily, machine steel gears, all the good stuff from Vanquish. The VFD transmission cannot go wrong with that. And it looks like a really solid build. Anything from Vanquish is super high quality. I would even go as far as saying they are the equivalent of X-ray quality if you're into racing 10 scale. These guys in the crawler world make really nice stuff. So, and at $389 US, it allows you to get a Vanquish kit and slowly build it up how you like with your own wheels and tires of choice and your electronics. So rather than buying an RTR, RTRs can kind of come in at a little higher price point to get in the door. And this is under 400, and then build it up slowly, take your time, and then you got yourself a really nice Vanquish kit. You can even save some money on wheels if you want, and put in some more budget electronics until you want to upgrade it later. And for crawling, you really don't need much. So I think this is a great way to get into Vanquish, less expensive, and I'm pretty stoked to see this thing. I'm actually thinking about getting one myself. Redcats come out with a new lowrider. Well, it's not a new one. It's a 63 Impala. So they've got the 64 and the 65, and now they've come out with a 63. I'm not sure what I like better. I'm a fan of the 64. My dad had one back in the day, black, with the SS in the back seat, so pretty rad. But the 63 is very similar and looks beautiful. So yeah, these new ones, actually, they come with Reefs servos for the hopping servos. So that's something notable. And yeah, if you want something different, something to flex on people in the pits at a touring car race or whatever, yeah, check these things out. And monster truck fans, get ready. Traxxas released a Bigfoot, and it's licensed. It's based on the, I believe, Rustler 4x4 platform. So pretty proven platform, 2S brushless, looks pretty cool. Bothers me a bit that it's independent suspension. The scale nerd in me does not like that. However, I am a huge fan of Bigfoot. I saw the original Bigfoot when I was little. It was at the Niagara Convention Center in Niagara Falls, New York, and it was like the late 80s, and I believe the original Bigfoot had like 10-foot tall tires. The thing was crazy. So yeah, I'm happy to see this thing. I would love to own one. It just bothers me that it has independent suspension. But if you're looking for something to take to the skate park, do backflips, and something that's nearly indestructible, I would definitely check out this thing. Waterproof electronics. It's the perfect beginner RC truck, for sure. Man, I am so intrigued by this thing, by Van RC. I stumbled across it. So they've recreated an RC10 essentially. They've put the hard anno shocks on it, And you can get like a world's version and then the original blue. I don't know, it's blue. It's not gold. So the original version with a blue chassis. And there's the world's version. So pretty cool. It's a full kit. And you can find it on a couple different websites that it's distributed on. If you just look up Fan RC World's Car, you can get it in the 2 different versions, as you can see here. And $299 to like $389 US. And this Fan RC company, they make a ton of different retro mod stuff. So kind of cool. They recreated the stealth tranny. They put a ball diff in it. It's pretty badass. I want to know more, really. I mean, I would love to own the original one, even the recreation, but if you didn't get your hands on one, it's nice to know that you could potentially get one of these, especially that World's Car with the carbon chassis. J Concepts just released 2 versions of a hard anno chassis for the B7. I'll go through that in a second, but they've already come out with a whole bunch of other parts. Shock towers, front axles, weights for the front end under the servo, under the front steering, some front bulkheads in various degrees. I mean, this always happens with Associated, but I just feel like this stuff looks really nice. And this hard anno chassis, I'm gonna come up to it here in a second. This guy. Now, it comes in 2 different lengths. It looks like you can get a shorter -4mm version. But that black anno, it's hard anodized too. So hard anodizing definitely adds a lot of durability to the chassis. And if you're racing dirt on pretty rough tracks like I have out here, you're going to go through chassis and you will have to replace it. So before you go rush out and you got a B7 and you're going to replace the chassis, check out this thing. Just throw on a black anno one, be a little different. And this one's good news for the drift world. An RTR DC10. So they came out with a DC10 kit. I just picked one up. I'm going to have a video coming out on that soon. But yeah, an RTR version. That's awesome. It'll get way more people into drifting, and now you can get an Associated. So used to be Yokomo, used to be MST RTRs for the most part, but the DC10 is definitely making waves in the drift world. It's a super solid kit. Honestly, the kit, not this one, the RTR, but the kit has some of the nicest shocks I've seen. This one comes with plastic shocks, but they give you the gyro, they give you the ESC, they give you everything you need to get out on the track and learn how to drift. So I think this is great. And at $429, and then you can get an RTR combo. I'm not sure if the combo potentially comes with maybe a battery and a charger. That's what they mean by combo. But yeah, $429, and you can be drifting. Figured I'd throw in a bit of a servo section here. So A-Main, I believe they own EcoPower and ProTech. I'm not too sure about that, but they have some new servos and some pretty cool stuff. So a couple waterproof servos at some good price points, $89.99 and $99.99. And then you move up to some of their ProTech servos, which are great. I've got an EcoPower and a ProTech servo, and they're solid. So many different price points from them in Servoland, and definitely check out if you're looking for a new servo and you want to try something different. I think they're excellent value, and I think they're on sale right now for Black Friday. So check it out if you want a new servo. Look at that. We're at the beach again. Thanks for stopping by the RC News. Really appreciate it. Try to do it weekly. And this is the 14th episode. So if you like my content, please subscribe. I try to do builds, reviews, just general RC car stuff. Thanks, everyone.